Welcome back to Professor Layton in the Diabolical Box. We just found out about Tom, who is most definitely a human and not at all a dog. So, we gotta be on the lookout. What the fuck is this? Ew! Okay, ma'am. Yeah. Have you seen a small boy wandering around here? He would be missing a shoe. What voice would this creature have? I don't think I could do it justice. I see. Well, thank you very... I can't do it. I can't even do it. A puzzle, though. She gives me a puzzle. I'll do that. We'll leave the transaction at puzzle, and that's enough. What the hell's going on here? Here's a maze that's made up of shoes. Your task is to travel from start to goal. You may only travel horizontally or vertically, one space at a time, and you must alternate between left and right shoes every step. Also, you may not pass through any of the walls in the maze. Tap each space one at a time to highlight the path you want to... Alright, so this is going to be one of those where I just kind of edit the video until I've done it, because the process would not be interesting to watch. Good. I've done it. Actually, did it immediately. On my first try, just kind of going randomly. Go to the right, up, right, down, right, up, left, up. There you go. That does it, right? Yeah, okay.
And now to test my theory. And there we have it.
Masterful. You can't test me with shoes. I own one entire pair of shoes that I've had for 5 years, and they're falling apart, and they're probably, like, ruining my feet because they're in such bad condition. I know a thing or two about shoes. That's true, by the way. I have another pair. They're actually the exact same type of shoe. It's just another pair of them. But I keep wearing the old ratty ones, because fuck it. Whoa, what's up, Mr. Fucking rocker dude? I don't know. Your dog food, because the dog... Well, oh, hey. So, I snuck into my uncle's room and borrowed his camera, right? Thing is, then I dropped it. I've been here trying to find all the pieces for... Oh, we're gonna have to put a camera puzzle. Is that a puzzle, or is that like a long-term puzzle thing? Like putting the picture together. I think it's gonna be a long-term thing, that's what it sounds like. Hey, come back here! Yep, the camera minigame. Oh, shit. A squarish part, that's the technical term. We're putting together a camera. Okay. Will do. I mean, it seems like it's just putting together a camera, but let's check it anyway, see the specifics. Put the bin on the top of the camera. Well, I put together Luke's trunk real nice and good, so if I can do that, I can fix a camera. We're getting into details here. Okay, we'll get around to that when we get all the pieces and everything, and then the camera will show us the spirit world. I don't know. And we'll train up the hamster in due time. So can I go this way, though? Okay. I bet the deluxe rooms make our room look like a freight car. Hold it, I can't. Sammy Thunder. I know you'd like to sneak a peek, but the whole car is booked, so that's a no-go. I bet the kind of person who can rent out the whole car must be some kind of super tycoon. Indeed. I wonder what it must be like to have that much room to yourself on a train of this caliber. Well, for now, I suppose you'll just have to keep wondering, eh, Professor? Haha, oh, funny, Luke. What are you trying to say about me? My caliber is so high, you don't even understand. So, where... I guess we'll just go back, see where the hell he is. Any, cool... Whoa, I didn't really mean to do that. What's this? Something's fallen behind those boxes. Is it... Whoa, is it his hat? Why are you wearing the... You got the dog in fucking shoes and a hat and weird shit? Stop it. Maybe the cap belongs to Tom. We certainly shouldn't rule out the possibility. Oh hey, since we're on the subject of caps, have you ever heard of this one, Professor? Red caps, okay. A preschool teacher had everyone in her class close their eyes. While none of the students were looking, she slipped caps onto their heads and then said, "Okay, everyone, open your eyes and look at the hats all your friends are wearing. Whoever sees 4 or more people wearing red hats gets a red balloon, and whoever doesn't gets a blue balloon." In a class of 10 children, only some of the kids got a red balloon. Knowing this, how many kids went home with a red balloon? So if you see 4 or more people wearing a red hat, and there's 10 kids. As I was thinking about it, I almost fell into the trap of thinking that red hat equals red balloon. That's not correct. It's seeing 4 or more that have a red hat, you get a red balloon. My first thought is 6 or 5. It obviously has to be... And it's not how many kids were wearing red hats, it's how many went home with a red balloon. Okay, so it's gotta be... I'd say it's gotta be 5 or 6. But which one? Well, it couldn't be 5, I don't think, because... if 5 had red hats, then everybody would see at least 4. So everybody would get a balloon. I don't think I'm saying anything that makes sense. I'm just gonna say 6, because that seems right.
Consider this puzzle.
I don't like numbers. I haven't had to do any kind of number thing since high school, which was 7 years ago. Only some of the children receive red balloons. You also know that some didn't receive them. If 5 or more children were wearing a red hat, every child in the class would get a red balloon. Okay, so that's what I said. And if 3 or fewer were wearing them, no one could get one. So 4 children must have had red hats, so 6... Okay, well, I mean... Since my first basic idea was 6 or 5, that's basically what I was thinking. I get lost when I start actually thinking. I get lost in my head. I take a couple wrong turns. I complicate things. But it usually works out in the end. Kinda? Yeah. Have you seen good old Tom? That was bad, even for Mr. Beluga. You mean he always blows up at you like that? Well, you know, me or someone else on the staff, the boss can be real hard to please. That's awful. You guys shouldn't have to put up with him bullying you like that. Well, the boss does have a point. After all, he made this railway what it is. He always says that a first-class train deserves first-class atmosphere. Heck, even the plates we use in the dining car are special order. The workmanship is amazing. Check out the details on the back. Oh, it's a puzzle. Of course it is. What could possibly be on the plate? Illuminati. Alright. The plate in front of you bears a mark made up of 2 nesting equilateral triangles. Sure. Can you puzzle out how many times bigger? Fuck you. The large triangle is... twice. It's twice as big. It's not. But I wish it could be that simple. It is only puzzle number 13. Something like that might actually be the case. Well, I wish there was more interactivity with a lot of the puzzles, like that one with the coloring, you know? Maybe there will be in future games, like when they move to the 3DS or whatever. But, you know, I wish I could move shit around, make it so much easier for me. It'd be too easy, though. I wish I could move it. But, yeah. Well, it's definitely not 2. I'm gonna say it's at least 3. Beyond that, I'm too stupid to know what I'm talking about, so give me a hint. You don't need to do any kind of special calculation here, all you need is I don't have any of that. I'm dumb. So, fuck off. Well, you've got, like, the 3 corners. Oh, actually, you know what? You literally can just look at it and see really easily. If you flipped the middle one upside down, it would just fit in the middle, and then clearly 3 more would fit around it, and the answer would be 4. This was not acceptable. That was just really stupid of me. Generally, when I talk about how dumb I am, I'm kind of joking around like, ah ha ha, I'm so dumb, right? A fun video on YouTube. That, though, that was truly inexcusable. I deserve all the shit in the world for that one. I didn't bother, like, looking at it. Because I immediately gave up in my mind. I was like, fucking triangles, I don't care. I didn't even attempt. So, yeah, that... To use a hint coin on that is idiotic. So, apologies to the chef. What's anything cool in here? Let's go to the observation deck. See if he's in any random room. Whoa, this is her room. Alright, you know she's got some hint coins buried around here somewhere. That's what I'm talking about. Give me one back and give me a stellar puzzle. It's true, but lovely decorations really do wonders for a room. That's doubly true for flowers. Tell me, Luke, what do you think of flowers like these? I think they are crazy daisies. Whoa. For something on the flowery side, one of the 3 pictures labeled A, B, and C, one is actually the same as the picture on the far left. However, the image on the far left has had its contents flipped left to right, and its colors inverted and changed to black and white. Which is the same as that one. Okay. Well, it's most definitely not C, if the colors were flipped. It looks like it would be A, because in B, if you look at the mid-right of B, the big circle there, it's got 3 little circles surrounding it, whereas A only has 2 surrounding it, and so does the one on the far left. So, the answer is A. I don't need to use a hint coin on that, because I looked and I paid attention with my eyes. Isn't it just wonderful when that happens? I got it. She's just here asleep, not looking for her child's dog. God damn it. We'll do all the work. What do you have to say for yourself? That's what I thought. How can she sleep at a time like this? I imagine she tired herself out fretting over her child's disappearance. Come, Luke, the sooner we find the lad, the sooner we can put the poor lady at ease. Layton, always the fucking nice guy. At everything. He's too lenient on these guys. They don't deserve our sympathy. Whoa, Flora! So yeah, she was not with us. She's just like following us. Did they just drop her off somewhere after the first game? And is that Tom? He's disgusting. Throw him overboard. Is everything alright, miss? I'm just fine, thank you. Excuse me. Say, does that lady seem kind of familiar to you? Yes, now that you mention it, something about her did seem rather familiar. The ultimate puzzle expert, but he couldn't notice her. Interesting. Do you have any info on little Tom, even though we just definitely saw him? Probably don't have a puzzle, you didn't have an exclamation point, so I'm going to breeze past your dialogue, because I truly don't care. Alright, what about in this room? Hey, Granny! Yeah! Your house, you know, it's all great. Wait a second, what are you doing here anyway? So you've heard of me, eh, Shorty? Good to know I'm still a hit with the young'uns, heh. What do you mean? Of course I've heard of you. Are they like Nurse Joy? There's a bunch of them? Probably, I guess. Okay. No, I got it. I understand how it works. I played the first game. And there was that thing in the first game where, like, you have to play the sequel and then come back and enter a code. I'm not gonna do that. That's really weird. But I just thought of that. Whoa, hello. Pompadourian. Oh, passenger. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to get in the way of using the deck. You're not a passenger, too? Nah, I'm just a mechanic on the train. I ride along with her in case something goes funny. But as you might figure, she's as smooth as butter. Makes my job pretty easy. In fact, I got so much free time that I started making up puzzles. What else are you gonna do? Surviving in the wild, ooh. Another maze? After years of bad business, a local zoo has finally run out of money to feed its animals. Bellies rumbling from days with no food, the animals make a plan to escape the zoo. After prying open the bars on their rusted cages, all the animals attempt to find their way through the maze-like walls of the zoo to the exit. The bunny pried open its cages. And the giraffe? Interesting. Okay, maybe the other animals helped them out. We'll see. So, they run out of money to feed the animals, so they just, like, fucking leave, and just leave the animals there to die? What pieces of shit. Tap the picture of each animal you think made it safely out of the... Now, am I basing this off of my knowledge of animals and which would be most adept at surviving on its own in the wild? Or am I just following the maze? Probably that one. Because really, like, I'm gonna vote on the lion more than the bunny, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Or maybe the lion is too, stands out too much and they'd trank dart it once they find it and the rabbit could blend in. Anyway, maze. Okay, the only ones that can make it out are the lion and the rabbit, and I was joking before, but the fact that it ends in that sentence, an animal shows its true colors in the wild, makes me think that I am actually supposed to take into account the fact that the lion would probably eat the rabbit. So, I'm just gonna say the lion. Or maybe the rabbit could kick some ass. I don't know. Oh, I just touched it? Okay, the lion.
Consider this puzzle solved.
Cool, yeah. I didn't think that would actually be important, but I suppose if it wasn't, it would just be a normal maze and there'd be a pretty poor puzzle. You gotta think a little bit extra. Hey, what's the big idea? Don't you know it's hard to pass time with puzzles when you solve them that fast? Come up with some better ones. Did we talk about Tom with you? Probably. Okay, everything's done with you. So, Flora had the dog. Let's just go find wherever the hell she went. She'll be around somewhere. We'll trigger something. Oh, you weren't here before, were you? Was he standing? I don't think so. If we're just going to talk about Tom, it doesn't matter. That mystery is long solved. If you don't have any puzzles, you're useless to me. Well, we got some new info, though, but in this world, puzzles are law. If you don't have one, you don't have nothing. Oh, are they you the guys? The ones who saw him? Whoa there, young fella. Oh, Capone. Young fella, you're in the wrong room. My wife and I are staying here. Dreadfully sorry to intrude, sir, but we are searching for a lost little one. Did you happen to see or hear anything pertaining to this? Mitzi?
Oh, sweetie, I think they might be talking about that darling cutie pie who just passed by, remember?
Oh, yes, he was a cute one. He was small and very clever looking, I'd say. So you did see Tom then? He's been missing a while now. I didn't know whether he was a girl or a boy, truth be told. Tom's a right nice name, though.
Oh, pish posh, dear. I'd bet my best small walkers it was a girl who passed by our room.
Are they just talking about the dog, or are they talking about Flora carrying the dog? But until you stick a ribbon on its head, they're probably just talking about the dog specifically.
I don't have the fanciest idea.
She's talking about Flora, he's talking about the dog, probably. What? I hate to say it, but it looks like this hot lead just turned cold, Professor. On the contrary, Luke, we may have just stumbled onto some extremely valuable information. What do you mean, Professor? You'll see. First, let's return to the scene of Tom's disappearance, which was somewhere on the train, if I recall correctly. Am I right? Oh, I guess we get a little cutscene, so I don't have to figure it out. So you two are still flipping over furniture to find that tyke, eh? Oh, do you mean to say that the child has been found? No, not at all. What I'm saying is that the child's no longer on this train. I've asked everyone on board, but no one gave me an answer that suggested they'd seen the lad. This led me to the conclusion that the poor child either got off earlier. I hope this just turns into Bacano, where there's a bunch of people just murdering each other all over. There's these crazy assassin dudes. A guy's got a flamethrower. A guy with a tattoo on his face. Let's just get some madness happening on this thing. Fell off? Yes, it's entirely plausible, given the way children love to run amok. When you combine that with their oversized heads, you got yourself a recipe for disaster. I'll contact the railway police at the next station, so feel free to give up on your search. Just a moment, Inspector. The windows on this train are mounted high, and every exit is manned. Given the situation, don't you think it's unlikely a child could have made it off the train unnoticed? Alright, I'll humour you. So tell me, Layton, where do you think this elusive ankle-biter got off to? That I can't say, but something tells me we've made a rather large misassumption here. Oi, there's just no reasoning with you. Fine, keep playing detective. Nothing'll come of it, I tell ya. Dude. I'm not playing. I don't know where to go, though. I don't know where the scene of this is. Okay, maybe it was here. Hello, Flora. That's a really good hiding spot. I don't even see you at all. What's on your mind, my boy? You look distracted. It's hard to put my finger on why, but I feel like someone has been watching us for a while. You too, then. I've been feeling that same sensation myself. Do you think that someone might be tailing us? It's certainly possible. Keep an eye out for anything unusual.